Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 12th February 2025. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, all of you please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. Some of you might be knowing the cost of the training is over $8,000 US. And we are providing complete free training. And all the training lessons are available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. At our channel homepage, click on the tab Posts. Some of you might be seeing the Community tab. Click on the tab. You get access to this post. This post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training lessons. You just click on the link. So now we are at Supply Demand Zone Price Action Course YouTube playlist. I kept all the training lessons in this playlist, and you need to start our training from lesson 1.1 that is available at the bottom of the page. I am scrolling the list down. Here, starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are placed in an order. So go through all these lessons one by one. But you should go through all these lessons according to the training instructions I mentioned at our Telegram channel. I provided the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. So please join at our Telegram channel. At the top of the window at Telegram channel, you will find pinned messages. Go to the pinned messages. I have provided the instructions there. So go through the instructions, training instructions, and learn the subject according to the instructions. Then only you will become a very good independent trader in next 2 to 3 months time period. Okay, now let's get into report generation with the help of NeoStock Software Supply Demand Zone Top-Down Analysis Strategy Builder. First, I am going to generate different supply demand zone stocks near different supply demand zones for different time frames. Starting with half yearly time frame, price closed inside the half yearly demand zone. No stocks are available. For yearly time frame, this is near the demand zone. Let me select inside the yearly demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. I am giving you only few seconds time, so I request you pause the video, study the report, and then proceed with the next reports. In case if you don't understand the structure of the report, I request you complete the training lesson 21.1, that is part 1 of lesson 21. In that video, I have explained every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, next, yearly time frame. Price closed inside the yearly supply zone. No stocks are available. Next time frame is half yearly. Stocks near half yearly demand zone. We have 1 stock. Next half yearly time frame. Price closed inside the half yearly stocks near half yearly supply zone. We don't have any stocks. For half yearly time frame, price closed inside the half yearly demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Next, half yearly time frame, price closed inside the half yearly supply zone. We got 2 stocks. Next time frame is quarterly. Stocks near quarterly demand zone. We got 2 stocks. Next, quarterly time frame, stocks near quarterly supply zone. We got 4 stocks. Next, quarterly time frame, price closed inside the quarterly demand zone. We got 39 stocks. So first 23 stocks in the list. I am scrolling the list down. So total 39. We can further filter this list by setting quarterly EMA confluence to the quarterly demand zone. So I'm going back. So in the EMA confluence filter at quarterly time frame, I'm enabling the filter quarterly demand zone with quarterly EMA confluence. Trend on the quarterly time frame is either up or down, should not be sideways. See, now the list is come down to 23 stocks. All these 23 quarterly demand zones are having quarterly EMA confluence. Okay. Next, quarterly time frame. Price closed inside the quarterly supply zone. We got 4 stocks. Out of these 4, how many quarterly supply zones are having quarterly EMA confluence? So let me set the EMA filter on quarterly time frame with quarterly supply zone with quarterly EMA confluence. Trend on the quarterly time frame is either up or down. With these filters, we got 3 stocks. Next time frame is monthly. Stocks near monthly demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Next, monthly time frame. Stocks near monthly supply zone. We got 3 stocks. Next, monthly time frame. Price closed inside the monthly demand zone. We got 52 stocks. So first 20 stocks. Currently, price is inside the monthly demand zone. NIFTY. NIFTY is inside the monthly demand zone. I'm scrolling the list down. So total 52 stocks. We can further filter this list based on monthly demand zone having monthly EMA confluence. So I set the filter, and trend on monthly time frame should be either up or down. With these filters, we got 22 stocks out of 52. So first 20 stocks. I'm scrolling the list down. Okay, next, monthly time frame. Price closed inside the monthly supply zone. We got 7 stocks. How many of these stocks are having monthly supply zone confluence, EMA confluence? So monthly time frame, I am setting the monthly EMA filter, and trend on the monthly time frame either up or down. We got 3 stocks. These 3 monthly supply zones are having monthly EMA confluence, and a couple of monthly supply zones are pierced supply zones. Next time frame is weekly. Stocks near weekly demand zone. We got 13 stocks. Next, weekly time frame. Stocks near weekly supply zone. We got 8 stocks. Next, weekly time frame. Price closed inside the weekly demand zone. We got 92 stocks. First 15 stocks in the list. I'm scrolling the list down quickly. So total 92. It's a very big list. So, but we can further filter this list based on weekly EMA confluence, weekly demand zone having weekly EMA. So I'm enabling that filter at weekly time frame, and trend on the weekly time frame should be up or down. See, with this filter, now the list is come down to only 16 from 92 stocks. So these 16 are high probability compared to the remaining zones. Of course, remaining zones also, some high liquidity zones will be there. That way they have high probability to get the success. Okay, this is based on the EMA. Next, we will look into weekly supply zones. Price closed inside weekly supply zones. We got 10 stocks. Out of these 10, how many are having a weekly supply zone with weekly EMA confluence? Let me set that filter on weekly time frame. And trend on weekly should be up or down. Now we got only 3 stocks. These 3 weekly supply zones are having weekly EMA confluence. So this is about weekly time frame. So next time frame is a daily. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. We got 8 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity daily demand zones from this list. Persistence is having a high liquidity daily demand zone. Prestige is having a high liquidity daily demand zone. And TI India is having a high liquidity daily demand zone. So we identified 3 high liquidity daily demand zones from this list. Okay, next, daily time frame. Let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. We got 25 stocks. Now let us identify high liquidity daily supply zones from this list. Ashok Leyland is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. CAMS is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. Chambal Fertilizers is having a high liquidity daily supply zone. Okay. Punjab National Bank is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. And UPL is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. So total 5 high liquidity daily supply zones we identified from this list. Okay, next. Daily time frame, price closed inside the daily demand zone. We got 79 stocks. First 15 stocks in the list. So I'm scrolling the list down quickly. I will complete and then we will filter based on EMA confluence. Okay, out of these 79, how many daily demand zones are having daily EMA confluence? Let us filter. So EMA confluence at daily time frame, I am enabling the filter. Daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. Trend on the daily time frame should be either up or down. With these filters, now the list is come down to 22 stocks. So first 16 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 22 stocks are filtered. All these 22 stocks, the daily demand zones are having daily EMA confluence. And also current price closed inside the daily demand zone. You have to use such kind of zones as a HTF zones, higher time frame zones. Okay, this is about daily. One more report is there for daily supply zones. Price closed inside the daily supply zone for daily time frame. Inside daily supply zone, we got 13 stocks. Currently, price closed in these 13 daily supply zones. So out of these 13, how many daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence? Let us set that filter. At daily time frame, I am enabling the filter daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. And trend on the daily time frame is sideways. Should not be sideways. It can be up or down. So with these filters, we got 7 stocks. And these 7 daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence. And also current price closed inside the daily supply zone. So this is about the daily time frame. Next time frame is 125 minutes. Stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. We got 14 stocks. Next 125 minutes time frame. Stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. We got 20 stocks. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Okay. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. We got 5 stocks. Out of these 5, let us identify high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones. Crompton is having a high liquidity zone. PI Industries is having a high liquidity demand zone. That's it. We have identified 2 high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones from this list. Okay, next 75 minutes time frame. Let us identify the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. We got 21 stocks. Out of these 21, how many high liquidity 75 minutes supply zones are available? Let us identify. Ashok Leyland is having a high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone. Bank of India is having a high liquidity supply zone. Cholamandalam Finance is having a high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone. Exide Industries is having a high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone. L&T Finance is having a high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone. Actually, we got a trade in this stock today. PEL is having a high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone. That's it. We have identified 6 high liquidity 75 minutes supply zones from this list. Okay, this is about 75 minutes time frame, and also we completed identifying daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. Next time frame is 25 minutes. Stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. We got 5 stocks. Next 25 minutes time frame. Stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. We got 13 stocks. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. No stocks are available. Next 15 minutes time frame. Stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. We got 10 stocks. Out of these 10, how many 15 minute supply zones are having ITF confluence? Let us identify. That is 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. With this filter, the list is come down to 6 stocks. So these 6 15 minute supply zones are overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. That means 15 minute supply zone is part of the 75 minute supply zone. So this is about 15 minutes time frame. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. we got 4 stocks. Out of these 4, how many demand zones are having ITF Confluence? Let us verify. That is 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone Confluence. So with this filter, we got 2 stocks. Second one is a pierced zone, you can ignore. Only 1 stock. Okay, next, for 5 minutes time frame, stocks near 5 minutes supply zone, we got 11 stocks. Out of these 11, how many supply zones, 5 minute supply zones are having confluence with 15 minute supply zone? Let us verify. So in the supply zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. With this filter, the list is come down to 2 stocks. Again, in these 2, second one is again a pierced zone, only first one is valid. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames. Next, we will identify NIFTY, BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain reports. Let me start with the NIFTY 50 monthly supply demand zone chain. So this is a NIFTY monthly supply demand zone chain report. Always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zone. Look into the pierced column to find the pierced zones. Always look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. Similarly, apply the same rules for the remaining supply demand zone chain reports. Okay, next, weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, next, daily supply demand zone chain report for NIFTY. Okay, next, 125 minute supply demand zone chain report for NIFTY. Next, 75 minute supply demand zone chain report for NIFTY. The nearest demand zone is 14 to the current closing price. Okay, next, 25 minute supply demand zone chain to NIFTY. Nearest demand zone is 20. Let me scroll and put it in the center. Okay, next, 15 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. The nearest demand zone to the closing price is number 30, serial number. So I'm scrolling the list and let me put it in the center so that we can access equal number of demand and supply zones. Okay. Next, 5 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. All these are all supply zones, 5 minute supply zones. Let us find the demand zone which is nearest to the current closing price. Okay, number 50 is the nearest demand zone to the current closing price. I am scrolling the list and let me put it in the center. So this is about Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next, I am generating Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. That is nothing but Nifty Bank. Okay, monthly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, weekly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, daily supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Serial number 21. This is the nearest demand zone to the current closing price. Let me put it in the center. Okay. Next, 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Serial number 28 is the most recent demand zone to the current closing price. Let me put it in the center. Okay, this is about Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. So with this we have completed both Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain report generation. And next we will look into bullish and bearish trade setups for different income trades. Starting with monthly income trade bullish trade setup, entry time frame daily, entry zone demand zone, bullish or bearish trade setup at entry time frame daily. I am selecting bullish, and this daily demand zone we should set filters. First one is zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd and enhanced score is 12. With these filters we got 11 stocks. So these 11 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade, and entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. Sorry, it's not daily income trade, it is monthly income trade. Entry zones are daily demand zones. So these are the monthly income trade bullish trade setup zones, that is the daily demand zones. Out of these 11 daily demand zones, we can further filter based on the zone confluence. First one is LTF and ITF demand zone confluence, that is a daily and weekly demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. With this filter we got 6 stocks. In these 6 stocks, these daily demand zones are overlapped with weekly demand zone. Okay. Out of these 6, how many of these daily demand zones are having daily EMA confluence? Not a daily, weekly EMA confluence, because daily zone is overlapped with the weekly zone. So we have to look for weekly demand zone is having weekly EMA confluence or not. So in the EMA confluence weekly time frame, I am setting the filter weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence or not. and also weekly trend is up, bullish trade setup. So we got one stock. So this is the only one stock having even more high priority to get the success rate. Okay, next LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone Confluence. Removing EMA filter. In the demand zone Confluence, I have to set three filters. First filter, daily with weekly demand zone Confluence, already enabled. Next, daily with monthly demand zone Confluence. Next, weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone Confluence. With all the three filters enabled, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone Confluence, we got two stocks. That means in these two stocks, these daily demand zones are overlapped with weekly demand zone. Both together again overlapped with monthly demand zone, and monthly trend is up in both these stocks. If any of these zones are having monthly EMA Confluence, then there could be even more high probability trade setup supported stock. Let us verify. In the EMA Confluence monthly time frame, I am setting the filter monthly demand zone having monthly EMA Confluence or not. So with this filter, we got both the stocks. So this is about a bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame daily. Entry zone, supply zone. Bullish or bearish trade setup at daily time frame. I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement is VOZ, odd and enhance score 12. With these filters, we got four stocks. These four stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame zones are daily supply zones. Out of these four, how many daily supply zones are having ITF supply zone Confluence? Let us verify. That is a daily with weekly supply zone Confluence. Daily demand zone with weekly demand zone Confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got all the four stocks. And out of these four stocks, how many weekly supply zones are having weekly EMA Confluence? Let's verify. The EMA Confluence weekly time frame, I am setting the filter weekly supply zone having weekly EMA Confluence or not. We got one stock. So this is even more high probability trade setup supported. Bearish trade setup, daily income trade. Next, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone Confluence. Removing EMA filter. And in the supply zone Confluence, we should set three filters. First filter is already enabled, that is daily with weekly. Not daily with weekly. Something wrong. Have we missed anything? Earlier we did not any. I think previously we didn't set ITF filter. Previously, how many we got? Four stocks. We didn't set any ITF filter. Now let us look for LTF, ITF supply zone Confluence. That is daily supply zone with weekly supply zone Confluence. I enabled the filter. With this filter, we got only three stocks. Out of these three, how many are having ITF supply zone Confluence? That is EMA Confluence at weekly time frame, weekly supply zone having weekly EMA Confluence or not. So that way we got one stock. This is even more high probability trade setup supported zone. That's why it is already tested 3 times. Okay, this is ITF specific. Next, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone Confluence. I am removing this EMA filter. In the supply zone Confluence, we should set 3 filters. First filter is already enabled, daily with weekly. Next, daily supply zone with monthly supply zone Confluence, weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone Confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 3 stocks. So in these 3 stocks, these daily supply zones are overlapped with weekly supply zone, both together again overlapped with monthly supply zone. And monthly trend is down in the second and third stocks. If any of those 2 stocks are having monthly supply zone with monthly EMA Confluence, then these daily supply zones are even more high probability trade setup supported zones. Let us verify. In the EMA Confluence monthly time frame, monthly supply zone having monthly EMA Confluence or not, we got all the 3 stocks. But you need to eliminate the first one, it is sideways. We can also filter here itself. Weekly time frame trend should not be sideways, it should be downtrend because it is bearish trade setup. Sorry, I made a mistake. This is on weekly time frame. Remove. We have to set it on monthly time frame. Trend should be downtrend. Now we got only 2 stocks having a HTF trend as a downtrend. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. So next reports are bullish and bearish trade setups for weekly income trades. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone, demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes time frame, selecting bullish, and 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0 and maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd enhancer score 12. With these filters, we got 2 stocks. Currently, these 2 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Out of these 2, how many are having ITF supply zone, demand zone Confluence? Let us verify. That is 75 minutes with daily demand zone Confluence. So with this filter, out of the 2, we got both the stocks. That means in both these stocks, these 75 minutes demand zones are overlapped with daily demand zone. And daily trend is up. Let us verify how many daily demand zones are having daily EMA Confluence. So with this filter, we did not get any stocks. That is daily demand zone with daily EMA Confluence. None of them are having. Okay, fine. Removing EMA filter. Let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone Confluence. First filter is already enabled. Next 75 with weekly demand zone Confluence. Daily demand zone with weekly demand zone Confluence. With all the 3 filters, we did not get any stocks. So this is bullish trade setup for a weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Entry zone, supply zones. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. And 75 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd enhancer score is 12. With all the 3 filters, we got 18 stocks. And these 18 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for a weekly income trade. So these are the first 15 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. Okay, out of these 18, how many 75 minute supply zones are having Confluence with daily time frame? The supply zone Confluence. So let us set that filter in the supply zone Confluence. 75 minute supply zone Confluence with daily supply zone. With this filter, now the list is come down to 12 stocks. In these 12 stocks, these 75 minutes supply zones are overlapped with daily supply zone. That is what zone confluence. And the daily trend is down. Let us verify if any of those zones are having daily EMA confluence. Daily time frame, daily supply zone having daily EMA confluence or not. Okay, with this filter, we got 11 stocks. So all these 11 are even more high probability trade setup supported zones. Next, we will look for LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence supported stocks. I am removing EMA filter. This is ITF specific. Next, in the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Second filter 75 with weekly supply zone confluence. Daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence with all the 3 filters. LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. We got 3 stocks. But all the 3 stocks HTF trend is sideways. Sideways EMA confluence does not give any advantage. So no need to look for EMA confluence. So this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, daily income trade bullish trade setup. Entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. And 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the 15 minutes time frame, in the pierced count parameter, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd enhance score 12. All 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. We got only one stock. Currently, this is the only one stock supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes demand zone. Let us verify this 15 minutes demand zone is having confluence with 75 minutes demand zone. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So we did not have any EMA confluence. That's it. That is bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. And a 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd enhance score should be 12. With all the 3 filters, we got 27 stocks. First 16 stocks in the list. Okay, I'm scrolling the list down. So total 27 stocks are filtered. These 27 are currently supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade, and entry time frame zones are 15 minute supply zones. Out of these 27 15 minute supply zones, how many are having ITF confluence? Let us verify. That is 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. So enable the filter. With this filter, we got 25 stocks out of 26. That means all these 15 minutes supply zones are overlapped with 75 minute supply zone in all these stocks. Let me scroll the list down. Okay. This is LTF, ITF supply zone confluence. But now let us further filter based on the EMA confluence. Let us check these 75 minute supply zones are having a daily EMA confluence or not. 75 minutes trend is downtrend. So in the EMA confluence, 75 minutes time frame, I am setting the filter 75 minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence or not. So out of 24 we got 6 stocks. All these 6 stocks, these 15 minute supply zones are overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. That 75 minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence. This list includes NIFTY Bank. Okay. Next we will look into LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence specific supported stocks. I am removing EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence we should set 3 filters. First filter is already enabled. Second filter 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. And 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters enabled, we got 8 stocks. In these 8 stocks, these 15 minute supply zones are overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. Both together again overlapped with daily supply zone. And daily trend is down in 6 stocks out of 8. And those 6 stocks, if any of the daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, then these 15 minute supply zones could be even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Let us identify. So in the EMA confluence at a daily time frame, this is HTF time frame. So I am checking daily supply zone having daily EMA confluence or not. So with this filter, we got 8 stocks. All these 8 stocks, these daily zones are having daily EMA confluence. Okay. So this is about bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Next we will generate bullish and bearish trade setups for hourly income trade. Hourly income trade entry time frame is 5 minutes, entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish, and these 5 minutes demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 5 minutes time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. 5 minutes zones. And zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhanced score 12. With all the 3 filters enabled, we got 3 stocks. These 3 are currently supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. And entry time frame zones are 5 minutes demand zones. Out of these 3 5 minutes demand zones, how many are having ITF demand zone confluence? That means 5 minutes demand zone should be part of the 15 minutes demand zone. That is what I am selecting here. So with this filter, we got 2 stocks out of 3. So that means these 5 minutes demand zones are overlapped with 15 minutes demand zone. Now let's verify whether these 15 minutes demand zones are having daily EMA confluence or not. So we don't have any stocks for ITF EMA confluence. Next, let us look for ITF, LTF and HTF zone confluence. Removing this filter. In the demand zone confluence, we should set 3 filters. First filter is already enabled, 5 minutes with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. Next 5 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. And 15 minutes demand zone with something is missing here. 5 minutes with 15, okay, 5 minutes with 75. Next 15 minutes with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters enabled, LTF, ITF, HTF, demand zone confluence, we got only 1 stock. In this stock, this 5 minutes demand zone is overlapped with 15 minutes demand zone. Both together again overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone. If this 75 minutes demand zone trend is sideways, no need to check for EMA confluence, because they won't give any advantage in the EM sideways trend. Okay, this is LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. But HTF trend is sideways, so we are not looking for EMA confluence. So this is about bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Entry time frame 5 minutes, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes, I am selecting bearish, and 5 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 5 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means this 5 minutes 5 minute supply zone is not pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhance score 12. All three filters are applied to 5 minute supply zone. Now we got 22 stocks. These 22 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. Because today end of the market is up, that's why many of these stocks might have turned into bullish trade setup at 5 minutes and 15 minutes levels. Okay, these are the first 15 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. So total 22 stocks are filtered. Out of these 22, how many LTF and ITF demand zones confluence are available? That means 5 minutes and 15 minutes supply zone confluence. Because this is bearish trade setup, we should look for supply zone confluence. So in the supply zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. With this filter from 22 stocks, we got 16 stocks. So first 15 stocks in the list. I am scrolling the list down. So total 16. So in all these 16, 5 minute supply zones are overlapped with 15 minute supply zone. And 15 minutes trend is down. That's why if any of the 15 minute supply zone having daily EMA confluence, then those 5 minute supply zones could be even more high probability trade setup supported zones. Let us verify. In the EMA confluence at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting the filter 15 minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence or not. So with this filter, we got only one stock. So this 5 minute supply zone is even more high probability trade setup supported zone. This is based on LTF and ITF, supply zone confluence and EMA confluence. Next, let us look into LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. I am removing EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, I should set 3 filters. First filter is 5 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone already enabled. Second filter 5 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. Third filter 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters enabled, we got 13 stocks. So that means in these 13 stocks, these 5 minute supply zones are overlapped with 15 minute supply zone, both together again overlapped with daily supply zone. And daily trend is down in some of these stocks, and those downtrend stocks, if daily supply zone, 75 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, then they can be even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Let us verify. So in the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting the filter 75 minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence or not, and the trend at the 75 minutes time frame should not be sideways, so it can be up or down. With these filters, We did not get any stocks. So none of those daily zones. Let us check the filter. Supply zone, bullish trade setup, 5 minutes is bearish. Zone violation trend on 75 minutes is either up or down. Supply zone confluence we have set 15 minutes, 75 minutes and 5 minutes. And EMA confluence at 75 minutes supply zone is having daily EMA confluence or not. So all the perfect. So none of the stocks are having EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame. So this is about bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. So in the final report, let us generate stop buffers based on daily ATR. Okay, first 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. So we have different stop buffers based on daily ATR. So I am scrolling the list down, whichever the stock you want to refer, there you pause the video, after that you can proceed further. Okay, I am scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.